Yes, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Crafters TV. It's a launch party. Toot toot. Yes, for the next 2 hours we are celebrating all our brand new launches that we've had here on Crafters TV, brought to you by Crafters Companion over the last 7 days. My name is George Akid, and as always, it's my absolute pleasure to be with you for the next 2 hours. We've had some brilliant launches over the last few days. I've had the pleasure of being here for the most of them, so I'm very excited to be with you tonight. And I'm also excited because there's only one person I'd like to spend my Tuesday evenings with. It's, of course, Jan. Good evening, Jan.
Good evening. We're all good now, aren't we? We've had a little bit of tea, we've had a drink, we've had a natter, we've put the worlds to rights, and we're good. We're back. Yeah, because we're in for the Yorkshire contingent tonight, aren't we? So, yeah, a bit of a natter, a bit of a yawn. But, yeah, we're absolutely great. So, this one, as you know, is recapping some of those gorgeous launches that we've had over the last sort of week, 10 days or so. So again, a lot of these products were new to me, which is great when it's something different to get your teeth into and have a play with. So I've picked a few samples out of some of the things that we're going to be doing through the show.
Yep.
So to start off with, those beautiful interlace dies, advanced nesting dies. I've just been looking at something that said interlace on it. That's where that's from. So yeah, these are actually the advanced nesting dies. And again, you know, these are the kinds of things that you can be making with them, but absolute exquisite detail on those dies depending on how you use them. And then you've got that layering capacity, because obviously there are, you know, we're not just going to put one die in a packet, we're not known for that. So fill in the gap. You've got these little elements here, adding your flowers. It could be the foam flowers, paper flowers. We've got that twisted easel on one of the square designs, and then we've got that gorgeous sort of Art Nouveau look on this one. Again, we've just popped it on the front of a gatefold there, added a little bit of the gold card in that one, looks stunning. And again, all these central panels are part of that die, which we'll show you as we go on into demos. Again, bringing in different colourways and the different shapes. These have all got a place in your stash. I don't think you can go wrong. I think nesting dies are some of my favourite ones, and ones that I go back to time and time again. So to have these lovely intricate ones to add to the collection, you know, if you've already got the basic heart-shaped nesting dies, you could really go to town with the layering. And then we've got that gorgeous oval section there as well. So that's just one of the collections that we're going to be dealing with during the show. I'll show you some more samples as we get on later on in the show.
Absolutely. Now guys, remember, always get in touch with the usual places. Comment below on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube and say hello to us. Loads of you getting saying hello tonight. Barbara, hello from Indiana. Janice, hello from West Virginia. Janet from Michigan. Miss MSJ Gibson, hi Joe and George. And Jill Craft, hi again from North Yorkshire. Loads of you getting in touch, and loads of you here with us. Make sure you're saying hello. And remember, if you've got any questions, we'd love to answer them for you, so make sure you say hello. Now we are going to kick off with something which was a winner yesterday. Myself and Craig were here talking about our brand new mini dies. They are amazing, and I'll tell you what, with that many, you can't see, I'm going to show them for you guys. There's 19, I was 19 to collect then, like trading cards. There's 19 different designs and packs. There's over 96 elements within this crate bundle. Now guys, there's different bundles available. At the minute on the screen, what you're seeing there is the price for all of these. You are going to want to see what is in this collection. They are tiny, they are perfect. Look how small they are, they're so cute. But so there, it's cute. These are a great collection, and you're going to use these for so many different things. Let me rattle through them. You've got pets. You've got special friend. In fact, you've got two special friends in there. You've got the wonderful baby collection. Happy birthday. You've got congrats. You've got the fairy. Dragonfly. The sewing. I love that one. Just for you. Butterfly, the emoticons, that's what they're known, but the loves. You've also got the new home. You've got the plant parent. You've got with love. You've got the tags. You've got the numbers. You've got the alphabet. And you've got best wishes. These are a great collection. Do you know what? I know they're going to be used time and time again by our demos here in the studio, by you guys at home. Now, you can buy that full bundle. You see everything just there for £70.99, $84.95. Now, guys, you can buy them individually on the website, or you can buy 3 for £12 or 3 for $15. And don't forget, these will fit through your Gemini Mini. Head to the website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk to see our full range of bundles available. But the best deal is that one you're seeing on screen. Jan, this is such an exciting collection, isn't it?
It is, honestly, so many different uses. When this landed on my desk, it was like, where do I start? I was like a kid in a sweet shop. It's like, which one shall I use first? And the concept behind it is for you to make sort of smaller makes. They've got those little embellishments. But I think as well, looking at them as embellishments, you've got a lot of occasions in that collection where if you just wanted a little embellishment to go on another card that you were making, maybe with another collection, you've got the perfect size embellishment to just fit. You know, when you want that bit of something to go just to finish your card off, it may be that you're doing something for a pet lover and you just want some of those little paw prints.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of scope for using, I think, with other collections as well. So just to show you a few of the samples there, you know, we're talking mini. Just have a look how cute is something like that. That little concertina book there with the congrats on there. You know, if you're just wanting something nice and simple, I'm just thinking it would make great bunting as well if you were having a party or a baby shower on that one. And again, looking at that smaller size, just how cute, you know, something, it might just be to say thank you. You might have had somebody pet sitting for you while you've been away. Just a little thank you card. Again, we've got that little plant parent. I love this one. We're going to be demoing with this collection next.
Yeah.
But again, you know, if you want to go slightly taller, you've got that best wishes there. I don't know which way it's supposed to be, that one.
I can't
that way, I think.
Yeah, I think that way.
That way, I think, yeah. So we've used the little balls of wool there to make the wreath, and that sewing theme if you've got a friend that's a sewer. And then this one is actually one of our pop-up box designs where we've just used all the little hearts and everything, little envelopes there on that emoticon one with love, just to make one of those little squishy pop-up boxes. So again, you know, it doesn't have to be card-based. So what I did when I got these, I thought, right, let's have a look at what they're meant to be used for. And I got out my little mini and I had a look at a couple of the sets, and I came up again with something very, very simple, and immediately thought this would be great for all of you out there that are crafting with the kiddies, crafting with the grandchildren. If you run sort of like any kind of groups, the scouts, the cubs, anything like that, the brownies, it'd be great. You know, they're manageable. They're all small dies and they all fit through our mini. So that was my sort of very basic, this is what you can do with them, and I just used that with love. So you can see that is actual size on the front of the packet, and then I took the little heart, the folk heart, from the emoticon set. So that was just an example of sort of that mini. But then, you know me, it was like, right, well, what else can I do with them? And we're going to go from this up to this size. Because it's a mini collection, doesn't mean you can't do your cards. If I show you this on here, we've got an 8x8 card blank there. So we're going from the little mini versions right up to the big ones. So I've prepped that ready. It is just an 8x8 card blank, and I've just matted and layered. You might think, well, how on earth are you going to put one of those little embellishments on there? Let's show you what I had in mind then. So at home, I've just prepped some pieces of cardstock using some of our Harmony opaque. You know, you've seen me do this where I've popped it on the mat, mopped it up, and I've got one that's slightly speckled, and then I've got one that I've used my sponge applicators with and done it a little bit more heavy. So we've got the spring meadow into the grasshopper into the pine tree, and again I did the same. So you've got two different versions there, and we're going to use both of these in our cutting. So I've got my little mini at the ready, just having a little piggyback there. And I've got my folder at the ready, and then we're going to use that plant parent. I love this one. I went through them and I was like, oh, I want to use them all, but this one just, I don't know, it just sort of shouted out to me. So I'm going to pop the little plant itself on this one, and I want to sort of go a little bit darker with the base into that lighter green for the top of it there. So again, you know, I find the mini small enough that you don't necessarily need to tape things down. You can just hold it in. If you want to use the low tack tape, you can. And then I'm just going to move my mini over there so that it's in shot, and literally pop this through. and you're going to get that lovely die cut impression there. So we've got this one, you can see on the back there, I've got that die cut image there, and it's taken it from that piece so that we've got that gradient of the green ink just coming through. So again, there are some little pieces which I'll pop out in a second.
Yeah.
But you can just see how we've got that lovely sort of plant going on. And then on the speckled piece, I'm going to cut that big, what's the name of the leaf? Is it from the...
It's like a big...
I can picture the plant with it on, and I can't think of its name. It's got a really big one, quite tropical looking, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to cut, and I'm going to cut several of these. So we're going to make a background with the little leaves, and then we're going to have the other one as a focal point. Now then, I think Georgina's just said something in my ear, but I didn't quite catch it, George. A monstera, I wouldn't have known that. I'm not particularly a plant person. I'm not very good at keeping them alive. I'm all right if they're in a plastic form and I can just look at them and they'll be pretty. Yeah. But if they're actually real and they're alive and they need attention, I am not the best person to give them to.
That's why our plants are lovely in the studio.
Yes. So I've just literally moved this around on the card because I want several of these, and I've already done some ahead of time and got those ready, but I've just left space to finish it off. So again, I'm just going to do one more out of that piece of cardstock, and this is just stamping card that I've used with the inks to get that little bit of colour. So again, pop that out to one side now. We're finished with that one, and you do get an extra in here as well. There's this little one that creates like a little potted plant at the bottom. I've not actually used that one in this particular project, but they're all there to be used. So we've got our leaves at the ready. Save those bits. And then what we're going to do is I've brought in a piece of stamping card again that I've started popping the leaves onto. So this just measures 5 inches square, and this is going to be sort of the background that we're going to work with for our design. So I'm going to add a few more of those little leaves into that design, just scattered around to make it look almost as if there's some kind of embossed detail in there, but it's coloured. So you could do this all in green card if you wished, or you could actually do it in white card and then add some colour afterwards. So I'm literally just going to pop some more of these. I'm not too worried about this space here because I'm going to put a sentiment in as well. So again, just a little tiny bit of wet glue on the back of those, and I've turned them all different directions so that it gets the look of a background. Now normally I would say to you work off the edge of the paper as well, and I would trim it, but in this instance we're actually going to bring in a frame that's going to go over the top.
Very nice.
So I'm not too worried about things going off the edge of the actual design there. So I think we're okay with those in there. So that's got that piece ready. Let's have a little look, and then I've just got again, a smaller square that we're actually going to pop the little plant detail onto. So when you take all the pieces out of here, you can see that you've got the plant pot detail and the actual leaves have all got elements that pop out. And you've got that really nice sort of little plant effect. And again, I did this at home and I've just backed it onto a bit of green card so that it looks as if the plant pot's got a bit of extra colour there. All right, so this is going to go onto the front of here. We can stick that one on ready. And again, I'm just going to use some little bits of wet glue. If you want to pop these, if you have one of the sticky machines and you want to pop them through there, you can do so. Just make sure we've got a bit on the back there, and then that's going to sit on the middle of there like so. So we'll leave that one to dry. And then I've also used the happy birthday.
Yes.
All right, which again, these are actual size. You can see there when that's been die cut. So I've just die cut that out of some craft card, and it is exactly the same size as the one on the front. So it's showing you the image's actual size there. And I have run this through my little sticky machine there. If you haven't got your sticky machine, just a little bit of your tacky glue, or alternatively, you've got your dotty tape pen that would work on the back of these. So as far as popping this together is concerned, then I'm going to bring this one back in. And we're going to go with sort of slightly offset. I'm going to have the larger one. And I've literally done this where I'm trying to challenge myself at the minute not to be so symmetrical, because the OCD says everything's got to be symmetrical. So it wasn't a mistake that it's thicker on one side. I did drop the inside die down just to give it a bit more character. So we're going to pop this up towards the top section of the card. Georgina's just saying, how's that going? I'm trying, because things are usually very, it's got to be symmetrical, I've got to have the same, you know. I do like working in monochrome quite a bit of the time, which you can see. So yeah, this year it was a case of, right, challenge yourself, Jan, to maybe have a little bit of something different. So there we go. So again, I'm just going to take that tape off. I don't know why it keeps tearing. There we go. And then just use that as a guide. Again, I want to make sure that I've got an equal border at either side. And then when that's ready, yeah, we're going to pop that about there. So that one's going to stick down straight onto the background.
Yeah.
Just added ribbon from my stash there and some little gems just to jazz it up a bit. And then I've got foam tape on the back, just to raise that frame a wee bit, so that we've got a little bit of height.
Loads of love for this collection. I mean, the mini collection, and like you're saying, Janet, it's not just mini, is it? Because look what you can do with it.
There's
so
all
much
sorts.
love for it. Loads of you getting in touch on this collection. I mean, when it launched yesterday, the excitement that was about this collection yesterday was just ridiculous, wasn't it?
I just think it's one of those things that can be used, like you said, to make a smaller project, or as I say, you've got the perfect embellishments for cards that you maybe just have that little bit of gap and you want to pop something in there. They're just ideal for things like that.
Well, I'm looking at the demo wall already, and there's Craig's cards yesterday, one which was not from the launch show of these, but it already features the paw print. Like, I think we're going to see these cropping up. You know, like nesting dies.
Yep.
You see them crop up most shows. I feel like these are going to be something.
They are. I think so. There's going to be a place for them, aren't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm going to have to get a bigger box that sits on my desk, because I keep saying, oh, I keep these out. I've got my nesting dies already out, ready to grab. I've got a couple of sentiment things. Now these are going to go. I definitely need a bigger box.
We're going to need a bigger box.
So that's going to be that background feature. And then I've just put foam tape on the two corners so that this one can sit down here as that focal image. So again, we've got a little bit of tape just on those two corners so that it literally stands the same height as the frame there. So that one's going to go and tuck up towards that frame. I can just feel where the tape is underneath to get that one lined up. And then the sentiment, I'm going to pop in that gap there. So we're going to have this one. Oh, now then, decisions. Does it go in the gap? Do we have part of it on? I quite like part of it on there. But then it's got to bend into the background, hasn't it? We'll see whether that works. Yeah, we're okay there. Because that's slightly lower down, but that works. That's okay. I like that. And then just to finish off, I've got some little pearls with me again. And I'm just going to dot these about in the background. I'm just going to get that sticky pen out again, just in the green, where we've got the gaps there. Let's get that little sticky pen and just finish it off with some little green, smaller versions of what I've got on the top and corners here. And just to finish off that background, but basically showing you how you can bring these in and actually use them with, they're all stuck to the desk now. Come on, we can do this.
Come on, boys.
Come on, across you come. Don't know why they're stuck to the desk. There we go. Just bring them in and use them with those projects that are slightly bigger, as well as those little mini projects. Now then, we've got them in the same place. You can go there. And then I've got one more that's really misbehaving. It's decided to go upside down. There we go. So you can see that just adds that little bit, links it all in. But you've got there, you know, a decent sized card. We've got an 8x8 card blank, but still incorporating those little mini dies. I'm still not sure about the sentiment, whether it wants lifting up into the gap. I'll have a look at that.
Let us
Yeah.
know what you think. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And it's one of my favourite collections. It's the Gemini mini die collection with 96 different elements. An incredible collection at a brilliant price. Now, guys, you can look at that and go, oh, actually, I'd like the Gemini mini to work alongside those. We've got a great deal. You can buy the entire sets of the dies and the Gemini mini machine with the dies. You're saving yourself 25%, $92.99, $118.95. Now, remember, you can buy the mini dies individually. They are available. Here are the top 6. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. In one is the Happy Birthday, £4.99, $5.99 individually these, or 3 for £12, $15. Which one are you going to be adding into your basket? Happy Birthday, the baby collection is up there in the top 6, randomly the top 6, not the top 5, top 6. Then you've got pets. Are you a cat person, dog person, Jan? Dogs.
He's at home. 2 of them, yep.
£4.99, $5.99. Then you've also got numbers because A, B, no, it's alphabet, isn't it? These are your numbers here. Great for so many uses. Plus, then you've got this collection, New Home. This is perfect. It's always happy birthdays, happy wedding, new home. Love this. Also, and the alphabet. They are our top collections, and loads of you are putting those into your basket tonight. Betty on YouTube, I also ordered 2 sets of the alphabet and numbers dies from this collection, and they are perfect. I mean, I like Craig's tip from yesterday, keeping all the alphabets on the sheet and then just running it through the machine, and then you've got a stack of letters in each colour. Yeah, great tip. And that's like a bag of red letters, yellow letters, blue letters. Great idea. But that collection is perfect. We've also had this week the hanging ornament collection. I was here again for that launch. What a great little launch this is. This is a great little die, allowing you to create something so, I think unique is the word. Again, with Craig, we did this, and there's so much you can do. Now, these dies are designed to create those wonderful hanging ornaments, but you may use the dies in their own fancy way. Now, in the collection, you've got this bundle collection. You've got this. You're starting here with a decadent butterfly. Now, within this, you're going to get the butterfly die, you're going to get the circle mechanism, you're also going to get the bow die as well to create your own little balls as well. That's the decadent butterflies. You can also get the wonderful opulent hearts as well. Again, with the mechanism, this time in a heart shape with the stars and the love heart and all that wonderful fanciness. Also, as well, to add into that collection, you'll be getting these as well. These are like what we call the extension packs, or I call them the extension packs. These are going to allow you to create your, using your dies that you've got with the mechanism to make them even larger. This is the great collection of Dreams of Summer. This is here. You're getting everything here. You're going to get the flowers. You're going to get the margarita glass. You're going to get the leaves. You're going to get the little umbrella. I mean, just by themselves, how many times could you use these dies in just other little cards? You're also going to be getting this, the Time to Celebrate, which work alongside the mechanisms which we talked about before with the presents, with the cupcakes. Again, you don't necessarily need to use these with a mechanism because they're going to look great just by themselves. So you're going to be getting so much for your money. £38.95, $49.95. It's a great collection, and so many of you are loving this. Now, if you're buying this, you can buy them individually, but if you buy the entire bundle, you're going to be getting yourself a 25% saving. These are copying on from our Christmas hanging ornament collection. You love the Christmas hanging ornaments, and we carried it on with the everydays. You guys went, oh, we'd love this as like an everyday collection. Now, we're going to do that. Now, something to bear in mind is that the dies, the mechanism circles are completely different. Yes, they're very similar, but there are no repeats. So you're not going to get into the same die design that you saw within the Christmas collection within this collection. They're going to work very similar, however extremely different. And Jan, this is such a unique concept as well, isn't it?
Beautiful. And I heard someone, I'm not sure who it was, talking about making like an acetate box to stand them in.
Yes.
If you're going to actually give these as gifts, to actually make an acetate box so that you can see the designs in all their glory, and it gets a way of actually getting them to somebody. So yeah, really, really cleverly designed. So we've got 2 basic shapes, and when they're put together, you're going to get this 3D effect here. So again, ours have been flattened in the box to keep them safe. But the idea behind them is you're going to get that kind of 3D element, and then you've got a choice of the different little embellishments to hang inside. So that's your heart shape one, and then there's also the circular shape there, and this one's got the butterfly in. But again, you know, using whether it's your pattern papers, coloured cardstock, the Centura Pearl would cut great for this. These ones have been done with some inks. So again, you can see each one's got that dimension. There's 6 pieces to them to stick back to get those dimensional. If I turn this, you can just see how much detail there is in there. Really, really cleverly designed.
Yes.
So this is the main concept as it was designed. This is what Alianne had in mind when they all went into production. And I think Craig did one of these this morning, did he? As it is as the concept.
As exactly like that.
But you know me. I'm thinking, right, well, what else can we do with these? And I came up with an alternative, obviously not using them as a 3D element, but using them in your card construction. So again, you can see we've got the different shape there. We've just got one of those to make the detail at the front, and then your little hanging ornament just swinging free in the center there. So this is the one that we're going to demo for you and show you how to put together. So literally, I've just taken stamping card to start off with, and we're going to cut that circular design out first. Now, in your packaging, you're actually going to get all the metalwork that you need, plus a step-by-step instruction of how to put these together to make that original design.
Yeah.
So to make that sort of 6-point 3D effect. That's what your step-by-step instructions are for.
Perfect.
But you know, I'm always going rogue, so we're going to go slightly differently, and we're going to take that main concept die there, and we're going to pop this through on our stamping card to get the shape. All right, so I'm just going to pop this on with a little bit of tape, and we're going to pass this through our larger Gemini. Now, looking at the size of those, I've got my plates out for the junior, and they're going to fit in there nicely. Yep, so that's going to go in there nicely. I've just got it slightly wider. Yeah, I'm just going to trim that little bit off the bottom of my card that I don't need, because I don't want it sticking out of the plates. It's dangerous to have that cardstock sticking out. There we go. And then we're just going to put our sandwich together. We're going to put the lid on, and we're going to pass that through that large Gemini. Now I've got mine, oops, that's it, going through the larger one. Again, it will fit the other way to go through. Now I'm just going to have to redo that because it took, you see what's happened there with my plates? For some reason, the bottom one started going through. So I know now that this bit's not going to have cut.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to squeeze it back together. I don't know why it grabbed that bit first. Maybe it was how I pushed it in. I'm not sure. There we go. Has it done the same again? It has. It's done the same again.
It's laughing at you, Jen.
So what I'm going to do, it is literally only just a fit.
Yeah.
So I am going to pop it and turn it round the other way in the hope that we can get that other side. Yes, so it just literally fits from one side to the other. There we go. So we should be okay. Just let's have a look now and see. So all I did was actually flip them round the other way, and we should, we've got a perfect cut all the way through there, look. All right, so
and
again,
a perfect circle as well.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They really are. A lot of thought gone into the design of them. So again, waste bits out of the way. We've got some of those little pieces have popped out already. And then when I take this out of the die, you can see that lovely, it has just moved slightly when I passed it back through the, but I have got one that's already done. So yeah, because I turned it round and went the other way, it has just moved slightly in there. So if you've got the larger platform, it might be safer using the larger one, because it is literally edge to edge on that Gemini Junior there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it won't do it, but if you've got the larger ones, I think we'd perhaps be better with them. But you can see there, you've got the idea as to how they cut out. And then what I've done is I've done exactly that, but I've taken some of the inks. So we've used the Wilted Violet and the Ocean Blue there, just to add some nice colour to it to go with my design. All right, so that's going to be the main sort of centre part of the card.
Yeah.
And then you've got the extra pack. So like George, I like the, what did you call them, George? The
extender.
The extender packs.
Yeah.
Love that. That's a great way of putting them.
They reminded me of, you know, like, what are they, like collector cards? You know, like when you used to collect playing cards, like Pokemon cards.
Yes.
Something like the accessory, or you buy a Barbie doll and then you buy the accessories packs to like.
That's right.
To extend.
Yeah.
That's
So
what it
this
reminded me of.
gives you, you know, with this circle, you get that gorgeous butterfly element there, which is what's in the centre of the one that I showed you here. So that's the butterfly there. Yep.
Yeah.
Oops, thank you, George. There we go. And then in the extension pack, you've got the cupcake and the present there. So again, we've used the present and I've cut that several times and added colour. So you can see we've got that lovely little design there. So just use some of the inks to add some colour on there, 3 ways on the colour. And then what I've done is I've started sticking these together because I want 6 pieces all together. So you see I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we want that 6th piece. So effectively this one would fit in here.
Lovely.
To make those 6 points. Now you might just want to put one back to back. That's absolutely fine. If you just want the 2 pieces back to back, keep it fairly flat. You might want to do it with 4 pieces. Entirely up to you how many of those you put together. So I'm just going to pop that one to one side because I've actually got one that I've ran through my sticky machine again. So this one's going to stick together nicely. But just before I do that, I want to trap inside there some thread. So this is what we're going to hang it into the centre of the card with. So again, I'm going to pop this. In fact, I can put the thread through the top, can't I? So I'll stick this one on and literally just line them up back to back, and they've all been designed to work together beautifully. So I'm just going to pop that one, squeeze it together, and then in the bow you've actually got there the little hole at the top.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do is actually thread and I've just got some glitter thread from my stash there, and I'm just going to pop that through the top there and then thread it through so that we've got that anchored ready to hang from the top of the card. So you can just see there we've got that one just as our little twirling element there. Okay,
Love it.
really pretty, aren't
Christmas
they? Just
baubles then.
Yeah.
Decorations, aren't they?
So that's the little present at the ready. And then card blank wise, I've done a little bit of matting and layering just to get us moving. So let me just move all those scraps out of the way. So this one actually measures 9.5 by 6. And then I've put my score lines in at 1 1/4 and 2 3/4, and then flipped it round and done the same at the other side. And we're going to create that kind of this shape with it. Yeah? It's almost a little bit like you do a bridge card, but instead of adding the flat piece across here, we're going to add the design over the front to hold that together and create that shape. Okay? So all we're going to do next then is literally put some glue on just a part of this. So I actually want to look at where this is going to sit on the card, level with the bottom. And obviously we've just got that little bit at the end. And I'm going to go with the tacky glue. And the same at this side.
Jan, I love this. Is what I love about you. You get something and you just go, nah, we do something different with it.
I like to work out. I like more for my money, George.
Absolutely, but this is what I say. These days are, you know, yes, you can make a wonderful hanging ornament. In fact, loads of you talking about Panda Crafts on YouTube said a crafter made a beautiful keepsake for an engagement gift using the heart hanging ornament and placed it in a fancy acetate box. It was stunning on Instagram. I mean, those kind of ideas. These are those really top quality
keepsakes, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keepsake ones. So I'm just holding that in place while that tacky glue grabs, and then I also want a little tiny bit under the hoop bit here, and a little tiny bit under the hoop at that side. Again, just to pop those into place.
Yep.
So that we've got that literally anchoring the front of the card. Okay, so you can see now we've got that card standing up there with the detail on. Okay, now it will fold, I'm saying it will fold down. I've just pulled it off there now. Oh, dearie me. Let me just pop a bit more glue under there.
It's one of those that just takes a little bit of patience, but it's worth it in the long run, isn't it?
It's about getting it sort of centred.
Yes.
There we go. So again, I'm just going to hold it into place. Okay.
Susie T on the comments has gone, Nana Jan, this looks amazing, looks stunning, as you are so clever. And a purple heart emoji.
And then literally this one is just going to now actually go around the top.
Yep.
So you can either tie it around, you can wind it around. I'm just going to judge how far down I want that to hang, and I want it to be sort of in the centre. And then all I'm going to do is wrap my thread around the top a few times to make sure that it's nice and secure before I tie that off at the top, like so. And then once we've got those in place, we can actually tie that underneath. It's just a little bit fiddly on air because I'm trying to get my big fingers in there. And again, I want to just bring the thread through so that I'm literally tying it now. Look onto there, that's it, it's fine. Okay, and then snip off the edge of there, and to secure that in place, I've just got a nice piece of ribbon at the ready, and I'm just going to pop a little bit more of the tacky glue over where that seal is, and then pop the ribbon, and again, just hold it a second with the tacky glue until it's grabbed in place.
Yep.
And then the last thing, again, using whatever sentiments you've got on hand, I've just created a congratulations, which we're going to pop across the bottom there.
Bit of Cliff Richard.
Do 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 do
Do do do
do
do.
do do.
They're the lyrics as well. Do 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 do.
There we go. And then also in that set, you've got loads and loads of extra decoration. So you've got the little party streamers, you've got the balloons, you've got stars there. However you want to go with it. All I've done is just add some more of these, and I'm going to use the tweezers because there's some little fiddly bits on there. And again, you've got that string, and then you've got the actual balloons. So we'll do a turquoise one, and I literally just coloured them with the same colours that I've used in the rest of the design.
Yep.
Again, we've got an odd star here and there. We can pop one of those on, a little pink one. So just literally, you know, go to town. Depending on who your design's for, you know, sort of build it up. It may be colours that's sort of appropriate if it's an event. However you want to have a play with it there. So we've got a few more there. I'll just leave it as it is there. And when we turn that one round now, you can see that that ornament's just hanging. Whoops, that's because I've used my tacky glue and it hadn't set. Pop that one on top there. But you can see how that's sort of hanging in the centre there. And you've got that lovely little twirly ornament in the middle. Just something totally different than actually making that 3D ornament.
Absolutely, taken from that hanging ornament collection, the everyday collection. Loads of you loving that. So I love the butterfly, loving the mixed media. Fred, I love that we've shown so many ways to use these dies. Let me remind you, this brilliant collection. You're getting within the bundle you see there today, you're getting the mechanism, which Jan's just used there, with that circle mechanism. Think crystal ball effect. That's what you're getting. You're paying for that. You're getting the butterfly, you're getting the dies to create the bows. You're also going to get the heart-shaped mechanism, just like this, alongside those wonderful hanging hearts with all different hearts and stars that you see there. But then you're also getting the bumper packs, the extenders. You're going to get these other little items which you can hang or even just use as dies by themselves. The present, the cupcake, the sweets, the balloons. You just seen Jan using the present there alongside those balloons and the stars. And you're also going to be getting this ready for summer, the cocktail margarita, the umbrella, all the little flowers and leaves, lemon slice. I mean, that's great in itself. That little lemon slice is lovely. You're also, I've got to mention, in this bundle, going to get yourself 2 pokey tools. Essential with these because they are a little bit, what's the word, elegant, and they've got the little fiddly pieces with them. You're gonna need the pokey tool to help you out of there because you're gonna get 2 within this bundle. $38.95, $49.95. Now remember, you can buy them individually. However, if you buy the bundle, you're basically getting one of the sets absolutely free. You're saving yourself 25%. Loads of you getting involved, loads of you getting loads of stuff in your basket. Hate for you to miss out on anything. Check it out, and we'll see you on the other side of this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, It's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Good evening, good morning, good night. How are you? Welcome back to Launch Party. Toot, toot. I need like a party hat. That's what we need for launch party. Party hat. We need a buffet with vol au vents and sausage rolls and cheesecakes and that little hedgehog with cheese on it. You know, the little hedgehog with the cheese and pickled onions on it, which is basically a baked potato. This is a launch party. We're recapping all those brilliant launches that we've had over the last few days here on Crafters TV. My name's George Akid. I'm joined by Jan, and we've got so much for you in this show. Loads of you getting in touch. Loads of you saying what a cute idea with that beforehand. And Fred's got free Poke Tools, absolutely in that deal. Talking of great deals, we've also got this for you as well. The clear overlay sparkles with the 6-piece collection. So you're getting the 6 pens, and you're also getting 2 bottles of glossy highlights for you. $24.97, $30.85. Jan, what is the sparkle pens and what is the glossy highlights for?
Right, so your crystal sparkle pens are exactly what we are used to with the coloured ones, but we've not got the colour in them. So it's a water-based suspension with the glitter in, and we've just omitted the colour. So you've basically got the means there to add sparkle with those lovely brushes to pretty much anything that's porous. So it could be decorating your pattern papers. If you've got a paper pad that's got a matte finish on it and it's got decoration on it, you could add glittered elements to that. It may be that you want to just add that card I've just done. I might decide that I wanted to add some glitter element to those and just pop it over the top. One of the great things that I like doing with it is if you're using your water-based mediums, so for example your aqua markers, where we scribble the colour out onto the mat and pick it up with a paintbrush, if you use this as your paintbrush to pick up the colour and then paint with, you're going to get sparkly watercoloured paint, and it doesn't damage the nib. All I do is literally rub it off on my finger until it becomes clear again, and then you're good to go with another colour. So lots and lots of uses just for adding little highlights here and there, and you get 3 of those in the packet. And I must admit, I'm never without one. One lives in my bag here, I've got one on my desk at home, and I've always got a spare in the drawer ready to replace. So it's just simply like you would do with the coloured ones, give them a good shake because the glitter will settle. The glitter's heavier than the actual suspension that it's in. So give it a shake each time you use it. If you need to, you can give it a little push just to get the ink flowing, and honestly they're great. It may be, you know, that you've just got a die cut sentiment that you've die cut out of plain cardstock, little bit of this over the top, all of a sudden it becomes a glittery sentiment. So yeah, really useful to have in your stash. And then the glossy highlights is almost like a lacquer. It's it goes on and it looks sort of it looks opaque when you put it on, so it looks cloudy. Don't be afraid of that. So for example, if you've done something where you've got like I don't know, an image that's got eyes or an image that's got glasses, you might want to make them look shiny. So again, a little bit on those areas that you want to look shiny, and then let it dry. It takes about 30 minutes for it to dry off properly, and then it dries clear and glossy, so you get that shiny effect on things like eyes, on glasses. Again, it might just be highlights on something. If you were watching in the earlier show when we did the colouring on that Chevrolet truck, again I could have put it on the windscreen and the glass elements to make it look as if it had got that sheen on it. So again, really handy, and that comes straight out of the bottle in an applicator, so you don't have to worry about adding a paintbrush to it or anything like that. You just literally, like we do with the applicators, squeeze it out and then let it dry. Simple as that.
Absolutely, and at that great price, you're going to be getting a free set of the sparkly overlay pens. So you see, you get 3 here. You'll get another set of these in that incredible price, $24.97, $30.85. Remember, Club Inspire, 20% off if you are platinum, £19.98, $24.68. Right, now we are heading over to Italia. It's I sound like Mario and Luigi. It's me, Mario. We are looking at these advanced nesting dies. You guys love a nesting die. I know Craig was over the moon with these. I know Jan's over the moon with these. Nesting dies are a staple, I say time and time again,
they are a
staple within crafting, and now they're the advanced nesting dies. Decorative collection, they are stunning. There's so many great designs in here, and we've got some great deals for you. 25% off on this bundle, or 2 for £35, $40. Let's take a look at our first one. We've got this one here. It's the Argentina. Again, you're getting 4 nesting dies within each collection. Argentina, Argenta, that's what I said. You're getting 4 nesting dies within each collection. You're gonna, 4 dies, should I say. You're gonna get the outline die, which cuts out this brilliant shape. You're also gonna get the die as well, which cuts this out as well within the main bit. You're gonna get the die there in the middle, which cuts the white little white centerpiece out, and the die there in the middle, cutting that black centerpiece out. 4 dies within each set. We've also got this, the Bronte. Again, you're seeing this, it's very Art Deco. You think, reminds me of Great Gatsby kind of feels. Again, the 4 different dies, the outline die, the inner dies that you're getting there. There's 4 brilliant dies within this collection. Then we're moving on to Catania. Again, so much that you can do with these. And even if you don't use them as a nesting die, you can use these for standouts, you know, putting your sentiments on into the centre of your cards. So much you can do with these. I can say this one, Milan. Imagine that as a coaster. That's what I was thinking. That would look great as a coaster. Perfect. Great.
Great photo mats as well for a scrapbook page, George. Pop your photos in the centre.
Like this one as well, Vicenza. Again, another great idea. There's so much you can do with these. Valentine's Day is just round the corner. I'm waiting for my post bagger. You know, I'm waiting for the big mailbox through here, guys, full of Valentine's cards for me. Verona, again, you can put a lovely picture of me in the middle there and go, I love you, George, and I'll be like, oh, guys, pack it in. This reminds me of the magic mirror, you know, kind of that magic mirror, kind of Snow White.
Yep.
Amalfi, again.
Piece of nice silver mirror card in the centre of it, black ornate frame with a bit of silver gilding wax. Oh, yeah,
that's
sorted.
That's what you could do. Or if our Craig was here talking about his foils, wouldn't he?
Yes.
He loves his foils and those.
Oh my goodness, just think about those going through the foil press.
They'd love it. Wouldn't they just?
They would be stunning, wouldn't they?
Bergamo as well. Again, this is very Snow White vibes with the magic mirror. And this one, I think this was my favourite, the Turin one. I think there's just so much detail on this elegance. $96.68 for this entire collection, $112. 16, you're saving yourself 25% if you buy the bundle. Alternatively, you can buy them individual, and the multi-buy option on this is 2 for £35 and $40. If you're buying the bundle though, you're gonna save yourself 25%. Again, that Club Inspire Platinum price, $77.34 and $89.73. Before we get to Jan showing us demo, someone said, are we getting sneak peeks tonight? Are we getting some sneaky peeks? Sneaky peeks. All right, hold your horses, calm yourself. That's you holding your horses. Maybe after this demo, I'll give you a sneaky peek. Hannah Hicks on Facebook asking the questions. Hey, we'll pull the strings around here. Talking of pulling strings, Jan, she's looking at the puppet right now, just waiting over there, ready to show us these brilliant nesting dies. Which one are you going to be using for us, Jan?
It's funny you should say that, George, because I happen to have sat here on my desk Turin, which you've just said your favourite, and we didn't even discuss it, did we? So yeah, must have known. I'm just looking for my larger Gemini plates, and they've gone walkabout. I'm not quite sure what's happened with them.
Jake, when we said plates, they're not plates to eat your dinner on, Jake. Stop eating your food off the Gemini plates. They're not.
Now it should fit on the junior plates, because looking at the size of the metal there, it should. I think we should be all right on there. We'll try them on there and see. So again, you can see what we get in that pack. I'll just put the white card underneath it. You're getting 3 different pieces in there, and each one is a frame within its own right. But what we've done is, by calling them nesting dies, you can see that they've been designed to nest inside each other with those different frames on them. So we're going to start off with that large one from the outside. Just have a little look. When you get anything like this home, if you bought into the collections and it's something new, the first thing I would do is grab some cardstock. You know, when you buy a pack of card, there's always a colour in there that you don't like. Get that one that you don't like and use it as your practice piece. So, you know, you might buy a pack, I don't know, there might be a colour. I mean, I'm not a bright colour person, you know, so the bright yellow one would be my sort of bugbear. So yeah, get that piece that you're not so keen on and have a practice. Run it through your machine, see what it does, see what it looks like before you go on to a project and it doesn't actually quite do what you thought. But if you have a closer look at that, you can see that round the external edge, we've got a complete cutting edge there all the way around the die. So we know we're going to get this shape cut out. But when you come to the inside edge, you can see that there is no cutting edge here. So straight away that tells me that this piece of card in the middle is going to stay within the frame. Now this is a relatively easy shape. If you wanted to cut this out with a craft knife and make an aperture in it, you could do that. And then the other two work exactly the same, whereby you've got an external cutting edge but not one along the inside here. So each one is going to leave the piece of cardstock in the centre. So just bear that in mind when you're actually doing your die cutting work. But as I say, they're all simple shapes. They would be easy enough to cut out if that's what you wished. So we're going to use a piece of stamping card, and I'm just going to cut this first one into the stamping card to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to use this in the demo for you. So again, you can see that that fits perfectly inside there. Now let's see how that copes with the Gemini. I don't think for a minute there'll be a problem there. Okay, so if you were going through your junior, this bit would go in first, but because I'm using them in the larger machine, mine are going to go through sideways. So let's just pass that through there. And then I've done lots of die cutting in preparation because I'm going to use multiple pieces of each of those dies and in the design. So have a little look before you go any further. I can just see in the middle there, it's not quite got the pressure for the cut because I've gone in sideways. If this had gone through vertically, it would have been absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is just grab my embossing mat there, pop that over the top, slide out that magnetic shim, and then pass that through, and that will finish off that cut in the centre there without having to worry too much about it. So always try it without first, and this is what I mean about have a practice with them so that you know. And if for any reason, you know, you find out that it needs a slightly different combination, just make a note on the package or on the back of your packaging that it needs the rubber shim in it, for example. Remove magnetic, pop the rubber shim in, just to give you that note rather than having to work it out each time you use it. But you can see now, look, that we've got that beautiful, all this area's cut perfectly now without any trouble. So let's move all those to one side, and then we'll take the tape away at the bottom and at the top, and then I would think, I've not actually got mine with me, but I'm just having a look underneath there. I think the best thing, and it's not actually in there, would be your brush.
Dye brush.
Your dye brush, which seems to have gone on walkabout, so I haven't brought mine with me. So in all of the dyes, you'll find that one of them is a release hole, and I can see straight away that we've got here, this one sort of looking out at, I don't know why, it just jumped out at me that wasn't part of the pattern. And when you push that one, it will actually hit the cardstock and release the dye. So again, turn it over and lift your dye away from the metalwork.
Right, okay.
There's a lot more, with all those delicate pieces in there, you have a lot more control that way than taking the metal off the dye. There's a chance that you could snag some of these little pieces by lifting the metal. So again, just, if you've got the dye brush, it would do this much quicker for you. But if not, you've got those pokey tools there, and we're just going to pop those extra pieces out. And we've got our first.
It's so therapeutic watching you do that.
Honestly.
I could do it for hours, me.
You know, it's just one of those things that's really satisfying, George.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you do it now, and I think how many things I've die cut over the past, just really, really satisfying. So again, just get those pieces. I've got a little bit of static going on. They're clinging to the, it's like, don't let go. So again, pop those out.
I thought I was watching the Titanic then for a second.
Don't let go, Jack, don't let go. Yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of static, especially when you've used the rubber embossing mat and they don't want to actually let go of that other side. So just pop those out.
It's like what's going to be there is another ooh.
Yeah.
So much them like videos online, isn't it? Like the kind of, I like watching people with spots. I know it's a bit grim. I know it's a bit weird.
Oh, George, you've just gone down in my estimation.
Sorry, every now and
I'm going to recall that Valentine card.
It's too late. It's gone. That sits in the post. Again, this is part of a wonderful nesting die collection. Those beautiful Art Deco styles. Loretta's just said, sorry, Eve B on YouTube. I love these. Not sure what I'll do with them, but they make so, honestly, great Art Deco. You will make wonderful cards or scrapbooking or images with these because they are so wonderful. And Loretta's on YouTube. It's so good to see Jan Brown try try not to miss her. Jan Brown, that's what she says. I try not to miss her.
All right.
As in miss you on the screen. I miss her all the time. I just miss her. I just miss Jan Brown.
I wonder where you were going with that then.
I think she said try not to miss her.
Bless you.
There it is. I've got next to me, you can't see it, but some sneaky peeks. They look good, don't they, Jan? They look good.
You know me and my creative expressions. I've just got a few little bits that want popping out in there, but basically you can see here, we've got the one that I've actually finished off with the brush there, and you've got that beautiful lace sort of intricate design going on there. Absolutely stunning, but see what I mean about it leaving that centerpiece in. So as I say, I want several pieces of this, so I've actually cut 2 plain white ones, and then I've cut a white one that I've done a little bit of inking, all right, just through the die. Before I took the die off here, I've just done a little bit of inking with the pink tulip, and then I've cut a navy one. So I've got 4 of that main size going on there. And we're going to use these 2 together. I'll show you what I'm going to do with them in a second. And then the rest of these, you can see on here, we've got those extra pieces. So this is your next layer, and you can see that that's exactly the right size, and this is why we've called them nesting dies, to go in the center there. And then the little one in the middle gives you And I think that one is beautiful, just in its own right, to add a sentiment for something. You know, we were talking about, oh, my card just needs a bit of something. That one with a sentiment stamped in it would be beautiful. But again, it's been designed the perfect size to layer up and nest together to make that gorgeous design. So that's where we're heading with it. So I've cut 2 of the blue, which is that middle section, and then I've cut a couple in white, and I've cut one of the white ones that I've inked again. So I've got a lot of pieces. Show you what I'm actually going to do with them. I just need to grab my scoreboard, because one of those larger pieces I want to score down the centre. So all I'm going to do is pop it in my scoreboard. I'm going to use my centre line, which is the line that I've coloured in, and I can see where the centre of the design is easily, and then just make sure that everything's lined up, and I'm literally going to use that line to just score pretty much. And again, use the reverse of your score tool when you've got little delicate pieces like this. All right, just to pop a score line all the way through the middle there.
Just remind us, Jan, this is which dye is this?
This one's Turin.
That's it,
Turin, yeah.
design. A lot of people ask it.
Turin.
As in Italy, all named of places in Italy. If you've ever been, please let us know. Make me jealous right now.
Oh, I know our producer Georgine has been, and quite recently.
Have you, Georgina?
She has, yeah.
Italy?
Yeah.
She went in November, in Naples. I thought you said something else then. Very good. You felt very bloated, so many carbs. Great, thanks for that. What do you want to do with that information? What do you want to tell? What do you want to do with that, eh? Pizza and pasta.
So what we're going to do then, can we bring it back in the room to the demo then?
Sorry, carbs.
So what I'm going to do then, for the top section, I'm just going to create, the reason I've cut the blue one is just to create that little tiny drop shadow. So you can see in the white, it looks stunning as it is, but when we just drop it slightly, it creates that kind of 3D effect with it there. So again, I'm going to go with my dotty tape pen. I'm just going to put a piece of cardstock underneath there and literally take the dotty tape pen really lightly and just pop this all the way over the back of that intricate part of your die.
Love it.
Perfect adhesion there. And then in the centre, because this one's going to go a little bit more solid, I'll put the double-sided tape in there. So again, all I tend to do here, if I show you on the white card, you'll be able to see a wee bit better there, is hover over the top of it as if you were going to line them up perfectly, and then I usually just pull it down and to the right a fraction, and I'm talking like a millimetre. That is all. And what it does, you can see there now how we've got that sort of drop shadow, and it gives it a little bit more depth. So that's going to be the front of the card, and then the back of the card is going to be my other white piece. And then what I've done is I've scored this one in half, and then I just want a section of it at the back. So I literally just want to put my glue dots across that end section there. Make sure there's plenty on there, because this is actually going to attach to the base piece. And again, because they're die cut, you know that they're going to line up absolutely spot on. And again, give that a nice press into place, because we want to make sure that stays where it is. And then the reason I folded it in the middle is because we're going to make an easel card. Lovely. But we're going to make a see-through easel in that the back piece is all done from the design. So as always, when we're making easel cards, we only need glue on this front bottom half. So again, I'm going to put the main one in the centre and the dots around the outside, but just on the lower half of where I've scored it. And then I'm going to line up the one that we did for the front, and I'm going to line up the white piece over the base there. And again, give that a nice good press, make sure it's all together. And you can see coming together now, we've got the makings of that easel card. But the back of it has got that lovely filigree, and it all lines up perfectly because it was done with the die. So in the base there underneath, I'm going to go with the blue first of all. So again, we can use just some of the double-sided there, and we're going to line this one up inside on the base. Okay, and then on the top section we're going to go with the blue one and the white one. So it's just about deciding what layers you want and how you're going to layer them up, what colours you want to use. I just wanted to use the whole thing here to show it you at its sort of maximum. And again, we're going to put the white one just again as a feature piece underneath. And then I've been busy with the old foam flowers. It was like, right, I need something to decorate this with now. So I've just made a couple of little foam flowers, and I've got a couple of die cut pieces just from one of my die sets. So again, I'm just going to do a little bit of the glue to pop this one down at the top, like so. Just give that a press in place. And then I'm going to use some of my Collal 3D glue gel, just because I've not got the hot glue gun on. So it could have been a hot glue, but I've not actually turned that on tonight. So I'm just going to pop a blob of the Collal glue, and then we're going to put that lovely little flower on here. And then underneath, just turn that over and hope it doesn't fall over. There we go, we'll leave it that way for a second. And then this one I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do exactly the same as we did with the blue, and drop it so that it's got that little bit of a pink border. So again, we're going to put the dots on the back of the plain one all the way around, and then literally as if I was going to stick it over the top, but then just drop it down and to the right, just that fraction, so that you get to see that pink outline against it. And then this one's going to go across the centre and become our stopper. In fact, I'm going to use a little bit of the glue here, because we want this raised so that it stops the top section from sliding on our easel card. So again, I would normally use the hot glue for this. So that one's going to stick on there. And then just underneath there, we're going to have a little bit of the greenery first. And then another little bit of the glue to add my second flower on there as decoration. Now bearing in mind that that Collal glue does need to set. So again, I'm just going to squeeze that one up before I put the lid on to seal it. And then when I turn you this one round, let's get rid of all the bits and turn it round for you. You can see that lovely sort of easel design there, using those nesting dies as your base. All right, so I'm not going to pick it up too much because that Collal glue, it takes about half an hour to go off. But if I was going to post this out to somebody, I would leave it overnight for that glue to set hard. All right, so I'm going to lay it flat while it sets, and then we'll have another look at that towards the end of the show. But that's your nesting dies, and that was Turin that I'd used on that one.
Absolutely. Kim said on YouTube, navy blue on a card is so underrated. I think it looks so classy. I think she's right, and Kim's also saying it looks absolutely stunning, Jan. Let's take another look at the Gemini decorative nesting die collection, released only the other day and already on a great deal for you. This is the Argentina, that one, basically. I do love this, though. I would, if they were called places in Britain, like Fleetwood, Manchester, Skipton, I just would love, like, you know. Anyway, that's just me. Bronte, again, another great nesting die. 3 dies within each collection. Catania rules the waves. Milan. There is Vicenza. You've also got Verona, my Verona. You've also got Amalfi. Great. Begano. And of course, Turin, which you've just seen the wonderful Jan use. $96.68, $112.60. Available individually, but the best deal you see there is that entire bundle where you get yourself 25% off. Right, shall we do some Hannah did ask me for some sneak peeks. Oh, should we have a little, do you know what, because everything is Hunky-dory. Yes, great deals with Hunky-dory coming up for you this week for your launches, the 26th of January, tomorrow. So you already get a little sneaky peek. Loads of great stuff coming up for you with Hunky-dory. Great paper as always. Spring is just around the corner. I know it may not feel like it, but the spring bird song is around there for you. You've got this wonderful cardstock. Again, this wonderful printed parchment, as they lovely to say. You've also got this, the wonderful pad full of cards just which need cutting out. Easter, eggs in here, rabbits, loads of little things, cards which just need a little bit of a cut out and you are ready to go. Then you've also got the luxury card inserts. Perfect for inside your cards. You know, when you're writing those sentiments on inside, they are going to look great. We've also, this is great, the decoupage bird card kit. This is decoupaging by numbers. It's going to be great. You're going to love this. So much fun within this. I'm just going to show you the back as well really quickly with a little bird box in the back. That is looking awesome. And also, finishing off the bird song collection, you've got the luxury topper collector as well. That is coming there. That is a great little collection. That is tomorrow launching with that. There's also some great Hunky-dory still coming in. Memorable moments. This is a great little collection. You've got everything within here. Every little occasion you can think of, it's going to be in there. I think this is going to be a great little keepsake to have alongside you. Weddings, congratulations on your new job, graduations, love, marriage, birthdays, Valentine's Day. There's going to be some great little ideas in this pad as well. Then we've also got the luxury card inserts. Now, I'm just putting that on there. Imagine that the little bug just married the Volkswagen Beetle, or the little cat. That's just a couple of the designs that you can do. There's all sorts with it in this pack, and that is just two of the great designs for those. And as well, finishing off that great collection, more of the memorable moments, the wonderful card luxury topper collection. That is the back there, which you can cut out all those different ideas. It's showing you there. Again, Father's Day, look at that there. That is looking great. World's greatest dad, handyman, a perfect, great collection. Hunky-dory, as always, knocking it out the park. That's launching tomorrow. And as well, the essential book of sentiments. This is going to be great. This is all launching tomorrow. Make sure you're tuning in. What time is it tomorrow, Georgina? Just double checking the times for you tomorrow. Make sure you miss out the essential book of Matastic Sentiments 2022. 350 GSM die cut cards launching tomorrow, 3 p.m. here in the UK. 10 a.m. across on the East Coast, and as well, you've also got the sentiments as well. All that is launching tomorrow. Hunky-dory. Who is it with, Georgina? Who is it with? Basically, it's going to be Craig, definitely, and Ben. It's got to be Craig and Ben. Ben and Craig, the big BC, the big CB, are going to be here in CTV on the LD for HD tomorrow. Wow, that was great, I am told. Launches tomorrow on the launch day. You guys are like, woohoo! This is exciting. Are you excited about Hunky-dory?
Honestly, and our Craig does such a great job. I know we have to wrestle him to the ground because he's the first one in the line. I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, and we don't get a look in. Honestly, he loves it. He does.
He really does. Sorry,
he does it justice, though, I must admit.
Sorry, I was just putting stuff away. Yes. To run? I can't run. What do you think this is? Right, we're going to take a quick look. Let me just get my bits and bobs from underneath here. The out of this world deal. Now, it's not often. Wow, did not like that angle. That is not a nice angle. It's not very often we do deals with. Sorry, let me start again. It's not very often we do collections as part of deals. We do deals. We don't do deals on collections that very often, but we are doing one for you now. I'm going to get fired. I don't know when it's going to be, but there's going to be a day I'll get called in the office. We're starting off with this, the Vintage Diary, 11-piece selection. There's already 15. Oh dear. Only 45 minutes down the M1. Guys, this is the Vintage Diary collection. This is a great deal. There's a huge saving on this, Georgina, isn't there? Massive saving. 70% on this. Let's take a look at what you're getting within this collection. You're starting with stamp and dies. It's basically what it says on the tin. You get the die, you get the stamp, allowing you to create this wonderful pocket watch. Perfect. That's all right, Jan, you all right? Is it the gin? Is it straight? That's it.
Flies, I think, in my drink then.
This would be perfect for Father's Day. You've just seen them Father's Day sentiments for Hunky-dory. That's going to look great there. You've also got the cotton ribbon pack, 3 metres within each pack as well. But our big cotton ribbon pack, that was meant to be Cotton Eye Joe. It did not work. Again, perfect for that vintage die collection. Then, edge dies. Again, I mean, this is so good. I mean, love this. The little I've not seen this collection before, by the way. This is all brand new to me. That notepad effect just down there, and again the torn paper. Obviously, vintage diary. You can see where we're going with this. But what a great deal. Then you've got the adoring sentiment stamps. Dear Diary, all the different little words, perfect for whatever you maybe needed them. Then the wax seal kit. Now, I know, Jan, you're going to be showing us this, aren't you? Yes, we are. Yes, you were asking for this earlier in the masterclass about launch. My goodness, masterclass, you were asking about wax seals. We're doing it now, and this is what we're going to be creating, something perfect, just like that. I
Morning,
know.
George,
I think I've got Joe's teeth in. And then we're here with the antique frame stamp and die collection. Again, stamp and die working hand in hand. And this as well, traditional jute twine. Again, you're getting this within the collection, and the wooden frame and corners. I love mixed media within cards, and whatever you may be using them, maybe scrapbooking, it's going to look great. Then all these wonderful, the perfectly Parisian stamp set is coming within this. This is going to look so good. Adding these keys and these little feathers. The question is, how are you going to use it? And you're also going to get in embossing folders as well. We love embossing folders. Again, put that in your Gemini and it's going to do that. That's why it's called a Gemini die cutting and embossing. And a moment in time, the 3D embossing folder. What a great collection. What a great price, Jan.
That price on there is stunning, isn't it?
70% off.
Yeah.
That is a great deal on this. Jan, where are you going to start? What are you going to show us with this?
Well, this, I must admit, this was one of my favourite collections of recent times because I love that sort of grungy look.
Yes.
I love things that are inked up, things that are torn. As you may have seen during the demos, you know, it's sort of my kind of thing. And absolutely loved it. So what I did, I first of all got all the bits out that were in the collection and then looked at what I could use, and I must admit I have crammed a lot into one demo. So I've taken the moment in time embossing folder. We're going to use that one as a base. I'm also going to use those torn edges to create some detail to go over the top of the embossing folder. We're also going to use the little pocket watch as an embellishment, and then we've taken a sentiment from that sentiment stamp set. I'm also going to include some of the ribbon, and again you get 2 different designs. So you've got the one with all the different butterflies, and I think there may be the odd moth in there as well, and then this one with the script on. Again, both stunning, and this will colour with your inks as well. So if you don't want it this colour, it's almost like a cotton tape. So again, pop a little bit of your ink, spritz it with a bit of water. It's perhaps better if you've got some gloves, otherwise you end up covered in ink. But basically swoosh it round in the ink, get it all covered over, and then just lay it out to dry, either on your work surface or on the top of a radiator or something like that, and you can actually colour it as well. And then we're also going to use one of the little wooden corners as an embellishment, and we're also going to use one of the wax seals. So I'm literally, in true Jan style, going to throw everything at this one. So let's start out with the embossing folder, nice and straightforward, and this one's got that beautiful quill and ink pot on it, and I've taken a piece of sort of very, very pale lilac, almost grey, and this is from the 8-inch textured paper pads, which I think are on the show on the details further down, George.
Yes.
But again, it's sort of like, it's a cross between lilac and grey. Now I've gone with the lilac and I've incorporated that into my design, but basically just cut this down to fit inside the folder, and this is a 3D embossing folder. So again, just be mindful when you're using your plates that we need a different combination of plates. Because the folder's thicker, we need less of the plates to go through the Gemini. So I've taken a clear cutting plate, the magnetic one just as a shim to build up the depth, my folder with the detail and the card in there, and then I'm going to use the frosted shim as my top layer, and that is sufficient with the Gemini to put the right pressure there to actually get that gorgeous detail.
How can you tell the difference between a 3D embossing folder and a 2D?
They are much thicker, George.
Right.
I've not actually got, I don't think I've got a 2D one here to compare them to, but if you look at them edgeways this way, side by side, you'll find that the 2D one is much thinner. And that's the best sort of tip I can give you. They feel much weightier, and the detail inside them you'll find is sculpted more so than just a raised embossing. If you have a look there, we can just see on there how it's this bottle looks rounded, and the same with the feather detail. And again, I always turn it over because if you can look at the depth on the back of there, that's how much work has actually gone into pushing that cardstock. And then you've got that lovely harlequin design there in the background. And what we're going to do is bring out that detail a wee bit more with some ink. So again, as I say, I went down the lilac-y colour side, and I've just taken Damson Wine, which is the darkest purple, funnily enough. And again, I don't want a lot of ink. I'm going to sort of tap quite a bit out there onto the mat because I don't want it sort of soaked with ink. But I'm just going to come in from the edges there, and you can see how this picks up the detail and brings out that sort of embossed detail.
Love that.
So I want it to go all the way around the edge. Excuse me, I don't know what's got in my throat tonight. Georgine has just said, do I need some water? I've got some here, George, but I think I've just dry. It's very dry in the studio. And then just lightly over the top of the rest of it, where that embossed detail is, using what ink's left. I've only been into the ink pad the once. The rest of it, I'm just mopping up what was left on the glass mat there, and just lightly you can see how that brings out that beautiful detail there now in the design. So that's going to go to one side for a second. I'm just going to clean off that purple before I end up with it on everything.
Absolutely.
So again, just a little bit of water and away that goes off the mat.
Magic.
Yep. And then we've got this piece to work with. So that's piece number one. Then I'm going to take those lovely torn edges, and these are gorgeous. I've got a couple of pieces of cream, very thin cream cardstock that I had in my stash. And again, I'm going to bring in the necessary plates to do a little bit of die cutting. And what I want to do is pop one of the edges on each piece. So you can see there we've got that notebook edge. So again, I'm just going to pop that down the one side there and tape it down. And then we're going to do the torn edge on the other piece. So I'm literally just taking the minimum off the edges. Perfect. Just pushing the die to as far to the edge as it'll go there. And then we're going to pass those through with the normal cutting sandwich that you would pop in your Gemini. So again, those can pass through and get those at the ready.
What kind of sandwich would you have right now, Jan? What's your favourite kind of sandwich?
Pardon?
What's your favourite kind of sandwich?
What's my favourite kind of sandwich? You mean apart from a Gemini one?
A Gemini sandwich.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Oh.
That's a tough one. I'm partial to a nice tuna mayo.
Yes.
I quite like a chicken salad.
Yes.
What else would I pick? I've had egg mayonnaise today.
Ooh, posh.
Yeah? Posh. It's not posh.
I once went to a wedding at a buffet, and there was a there was a hen staring at a lettuce leaf. That was a chicken Caesar salad.
Oh my days.
Caesar salad, you see?
Oh.
Chicken Caesar salad.
I might need to sit down after that.
I'm here all week, literally.
You've been dying to get that. You set me up there, didn't you?
I
And
did.
truly with the sandwich. I get it now. I thought, why is he asking me about a sandwich?
Don't know.
I get it.
You know what it is. You'll be telling it tomorrow. Just make sure you don't mess the tag up like I did.
Oh, I'm rubbish at telling jokes. I can never remember the ends of them.
It's the way
I'm absolutely rubbish.
There you are.
So we've got our two torn pieces
Love
there.
that.
If you have a look at those, you can see that lovely notebook edge on the one of them, and then that lovely torn edge on the other. So again, just to make those stand out a little bit, I've actually taken a bit of dark ink and just gone round the edges there to make it look like a piece of old book paper. I've got some pearl trim on that one, and then the second one I don't know where the ink's come from there, but we're going to cover that up anyway. Again, just that inking around the edges gives you, you know, a little bit more definition. And then I've just taken one of the stamps from the stamp set, A Moment in Time with You, and just stamped that in some brown quick dry ink. So I've used the seal brown there straight onto that page. So that's that bit done at the ready. Okay, I've actually got my piece that I've embossed, matted and layered on another layer just to give that plain edge, and I've popped a couple of brads in there. So we're going to start and layer up like so, you can see there. And then I've cut a piece of the tape. So we've got that lovely script tape. We're going to bring this across the middle like there. And then I've used that lovely little pocket watch, which you get the stamp and the outline die to cut them out. So when you stamp the pocket watch out,
yes,
you've got the outline die there, which cuts it perfectly to give you that gorgeous little pocket watch embellishment there. So we're going to use that one. And again, just taking a little bit of the ink to fill a bit in there, just to link it in with the rest of the colour scheme. So that's going to be part of my detail like so. So that's that one. What else have we got? We took one of the corners. So in here you get 4 sheets of wooden embellishments,
right,
which consist of either the square frame or you get the corners as well. Now again, if you prefer to use them as corners, you can snip into these to make yourself 4 corners out of the square. But mine, I've literally taken my Damson Wine ink pad straight to the wood,
yeah,
and just coloured it. You can see on the back it started out life like so, and literally just inked it. And we're going to use this just as an embellishment in the corner there, nice, to add a little bit of detail in the corner. So we're pretty much there. I've used craft card for my card blank because that all toned in nicely with the lilac. You can see where we're heading there. All right, and then the last thing I want to do is make that that seal. So I'm just going to pop, in fact, we'll pop this together first so that all the pieces are in one place. So what I want to do first is just add, we'll do this one first, little bit of tape, doesn't need a lot, on the inside of those pages. And we're just going to lay these at an angle on the front of there. Like so. And then I'm going to take the tape and wrap it all the way around. So I want that at a slight angle, like so. And then again, just take that right round the back before we stick it onto the card, and then that conceals the edge of that ribbon behind that matte layer, just like that. And then we can get this one onto the card blank ready. Put plenty on there because we're sticking it onto the craft card, which is a little bit fibrous, so I always make sure there's plenty of glue on there for this one. Okay, and then give that a really good rub into place. Make sure everything's sealed down nicely. So that's the main part of our card, and then I'm going to pop this one on so that it can be drying with a little bit of the tacky glue. So any embellishments, whether they be buttons or wooden elements or metal, tacky glue is your best friend for this. Okay. Just pop a bit on the back there, and then we're going to pop that one just as an element there in the bottom corner. Hold that in place for a second, and I'm just going to pop one of my jars of gilding wax on there just to hold it down.
Nice.
And then I've got an extra piece of ribbon that I'm going to use. I've got my little clock, and then while that's drying, I'll show you how these wax seals come together. Now, I very rarely work straight onto a design. So, you know, if you've gone to the trouble of making a card, dropping something that's hot onto it, I just think that's a disaster waiting to happen. So I'm not brave enough to do that. I always make my wax seals separately and then use them as an embellishment. Right. So what I'm going to do, if you've got any of these, there's one that came with the farmhouse collection, if you got that earlier. Lots of the collections have had these in, and they're made up. You normally get 2 of the designs. So I'm going to take the crown out, and then you get the handle. And these literally just screw in place so that you've got the facility to pop that into the wax.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the purple, the lilac wax.
Lovely.
You get a gold one as well. And they actually come with a wick through the centre of them.
Right.
But obviously here in the studio we're not allowed to use a naked flame with them. So what I've done is chop the wick out, and then out comes the old heat tool. So again, I just need to get this up to temperature, and then just warming up the wax is enough. All right, and all I'm going to do is drop sufficient wax on here, just a wee bit bigger than the outline of that shape that we're going to press into it.
Yeah.
So you want the wax to be probably about the size of, I would say like a 10-pence piece is maybe just a wee bit bigger than that.
Yep.
So again, just start heating on here, and it just takes a second to get that max welting. I've got your teeth in now, George.
That's
The
what I'm back
wax
after.
melting.
Yeah.
But once I've got that warm enough, it'll start and drip. And I'm working on my craft mat here rather than the glass mat, because it's got that sort of almost like Teflon coating to it. This is not going to stick to it. I'll be able to peel it off here without it sticking. So I just need to get the wax going. I can see it starting now. Our George is there, look. Right, can you see it starting to drop down?
This is good.
So I'm going to go closer to the mat now, and I just want to make like a little puddle
Yeah.
of the wax. So just hold over the edge there, and it starts running, and it does take a little few minutes or so just to get the amount of wax that you need. And again, I tend to sort of run it round to create that shape that I'm looking for. Just fill in the gaps and basically just get it to the size. So you can see there, just going round the edges now until it's big enough, and you want it slightly bigger than the edge of that stamp that you're going to put into it. So just take it round and round.
There is no fan on. Everyone keeps asking, is the fan off? We've learnt from our mistakes. Jan is a consummate professional and would never leave a fan on, unlike some demonstrators who will mention no names.
Oh, bless. I remember it well. I think she's gone down in history books. You can see once that, I'm still on max welting, once that wax starts melting, it's just running freely.
Yeah.
And you want a decent thickness of it. If it's too thin, when you put the stamp into it, it'll literally just go straight through underneath. So once you've got enough of the wax, we're going to get rid of the heat tool, and then I tend to just turn this around until that wax sticks absorbed any that was still dripping. Pop that on there to cool down, and then all we're going to do is pop this into, and I'm just going to move it over into this top corner because I need to, that's just taking it off camera, hasn't it, just there. I just need to move it out of the way for a second. We're literally just going to drop that into it, and then I'm just going to leave it alone. All right, so while that's doing, we can come back to the actual card. That bit's stuck down now. We need to add our little pocket watch. I'd been better off doing the wax seal first, actually, looking at it now, because you just need to wait for it to cool down. You have to be patient and leave it like that, because that wax needs to cool. If you try and take this off too soon, you'll get it all sort of stringy, and it'll try and stick to the metal, and all sorts of problems happen. And how do I know this?
Experience.
Because I'm not the most patient of people. So yeah, I've tried it and gone too soon. So it's worth leaving it until it really has cooled down, because that was quite warm with the heat tool. So again, I've literally just got an extra piece of ribbon that we're going to use as like an element behind the wax seal, and I do have one that I've done earlier for you, and this is what they look like when they're finished. All right, so you've got that lovely detail stamped into it there. Our George is coming for a look. Okay.
Love it.
Absolutely gorgeous. And doing it this way, you can trim the edge of it as well if you wish. Now, sometimes it looks nice with that sort of uneven surface around it. Now, top tip number one, and again, Jan knows this because she tried it, do not try to stick this on your project with the hot glue gun. because the hot glue melts the wax and you end up with a nice sort of blob in the back that's disappeared. And again, we know this because we tried it and thought, well, yeah, seriously, that's not going to work, is it? So I've just got a bit of red line tape on the back of mine, or alternatively, you want your 3D collal that will do the job, but that you have to wait for that one to set, obviously. So I will bring this off when we've finished to show you what it looks like, but that's basically what I've done. Waited for it to cool down, taken the stamp out, and then I did just trim slightly around the edge of it there with my scissors. Yep. And I'm just going to take that piece off the back there. Just get the liner off. Don't put it on the hot mat, Jan. Do you know, it's sticking now. I just want the liner rather than the actual. There we go, look.
There it is.
And then that one's going to go across the ribbon there, as if it's like a sort of a rosette type thing. And then I'm going to use another piece of the double-sided tape on the back of there as well, just to stick that to the project. So again, I've used the thicker one there. And we're just going to pop that. I'm going to try and catch the ribbon as well so that it's stuck together. And then just use this as an embellishment. Now I said I don't necessarily go straight onto the projects. The only time that I would try that is if I was doing it on the back of an envelope. So these were originally designed to close envelopes and close scrolls. You know, if you go back and watch any of the history programs, you know, they're often sort of done something in ink, all that beautiful script writing, and then they seal it with one of the wax seals straight onto the page. So if you were going to do that onto sort of an envelope, then yes, I would possibly go straight onto the back of the project. Yeah. There we go. I'm just trying to get the back off my tape without bringing the whole tape off. Because it's on fabric, there we go. Nope. I'd have been better off putting. Now, Georgine is just saying, could you hot glue the ribbon? You could possibly, if you've got one hot glue gun on. I will get there. I think I've got it. There we go. Leaving the backing. You want the backing staying onto this bit. Okay, and then literally just going to add this at the bottom here as an extra embellishment. So you can see there we've got that lovely design using all those different elements from that collection. All right, so we've got the embossing folder in the background. We've got those lovely torn pages. We've used this stamp as an embellishment. We use that wooden corner, the wax seal. And let's just have a quick look and see whether this one has, it should come off absolutely perfectly without any trouble once it's cooled. Lovely. So you can see there you've got the seal, and because it's on your craft mat, it will literally then just peel straight off and you've got it as an embellishment. Perfect. So that's how I tackle them. And again, you know, you can trim. It's quite friendly. You know, if you want it to be sort of a perfect shape, you can actually just trim round it with your snips if you don't like that sort of blobby. So, and if for any reason it does go completely wrong, Georgine is just saying, can you remelt it? Of course you can. So, you know, if for any reason it didn't work or you'd taken this off too soon and it had made a mess, just literally. And then all these little bits that are left, if you want to sort of pop those in the mix next time you're doing it, these will just melt into the wax that's left. So absolutely brilliant. So that's the way I deal with them. And I've got quite a few of these in a little pot, you know, sort of when I usually make several of them when I get the wax kit out and the heat tool and everything. Make several in the different colours and then in the different designs. And then I've just got them in a little pot so that I can use them as embellishments like this onto a project when you need them.
Loads of love coming in for, and Jane Wilson sums it up by going, and that's how it's done. That is how it's done. That is all that vintage diary 11 piece selection, 50 elements, £27.56, $34.03. Remember that platinum price as well. If you're Club Inspire, extra 20% off, £22.05, $27.22. A great saving on that. Now, guys, loads of you coming in. Kim on YouTube said, I wonder if Debbie's watching. Maybe she is. I know, she's never going to let it down. Poor Debbie. Guys, we've got, look at the time, I can't believe where the time has gone. Just over 20 minutes left. We've got to do demo of the show, demo of the day, and there's a surprise entry in demo of the day by the name of Benjamin Mosby. I know. Can you believe it? Well, guys, he's his dark horse, isn't he? He's dark horse, our Benjamin.
He's had a lot of tuition.
He has indeed.
He's done many a craft along with me, so I was very proud of him this morning, bless him, on his Crafting Days demo debut.
Very good indeed. Well, guys, we'll give you a few moments to check out your baskets and we'll see you shortly.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Yes, welcome back to your launch party here on Crafters TV. Just under 20 minutes left now. We've got loads to get through. Let's get our demo of the show going because we want to make sure that gets played. So we've got to do demo of the day as well. So Jan, what incredible demos have you made for us this show?
Right, so top of the show then we started with those little mini dies.
Yep.
And we made the mini dies into a larger card using the plant parent. So that was number 1.
Yep.
Again, just a little bit of extra inside to match it up with the front. So first one. Second one was using those ornament dies in a different way. All right, and I did get it to sort of fold flat at the end when I'd got it all together. So that's number 2. Number 3, we used the nesting dies to make that lovely intricate see-through easel card there, which had got that work all the way around to the back there. So that was number 3. And number 4 was the vintage diary collection that we'd just done with the wax seal on the bottom there. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. I have got another demo for you. In fact, I've got the finished sample if you want to have a quick look. Are we putting this one in or not, George?
Yeah. chuck it in. Yeah.
So that's going to be number 5 then. We're going to use that lovely square, intricate advanced nesting die just on a little box. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 then it's going to be.
You've got a few minutes on those to get those in, and don't forget we've got a demo of the day as well. We've got the nesting dies, a great collection, loads of you loving the nesting dies, only launched the other day. Again, so much love for the nesting dies, and I'm not surprised why. A brilliant collection, 25% off on this bundle. Remember, you can buy them 2 for £35 or $40, but you're going to get the best deal if you're going for the bundle. You've got in this collection, you've got the Argentina, again, a great little collection, 3 dies within each. I'm just ignoring it. My pronunciation is rubbish. You've got 3 dies within each collection here. The large outer die, you've got the middle die, and you've got the inner die as well, all working together. You've got the Bronte as well, a great little die. Again, so much detail within these. You've got the Catania. You've also got Milan. Love that one. You've got Vicenza. You've also got Verona. You have Amalfi. You've got Bergamo, and you've also got Turin. Which one will be your favourite? It's very hard to pick on those. Remember that great bundle deal there, $96.68 or $112.16. Jan, a great collection of these nesting dies all working together, 3 dies within each. We've seen you've got it there on that one with the Love Heart nesting die. It is a beautiful collection.
Honestly, it's a massive collection, and I think it's going to be one again that's that sort of go-to, keep it in reach to use. So I've actually got Verona here, which you're quite right, is that lovely square design with the heart in the middle there, and it's the heart that makes up the layers. So again, just to show you that format, they're all the same format with the different styles. So again, you've got that beautiful outside concept die there, which is your largest one, and that doesn't have the cutting edge round the inside. So again, it's going to keep that piece of cardstock in there for you to layer up. Having said that, if you've got our original nesting dies, there was a set of hearts that may, I haven't had a look yet, but may fit in there if you wanted to cut an aperture, for example, to make it into a shaker card. If not, you could actually pop your scissors in and just cut around it. And then you've got 2 extra layers that are made to work in conjunction with it and nest up beautifully, but they've all got those beautiful decorative edges. So again, we're going to take that square one out.
Yep.
And we're going to pop that onto some stamping card again and tape it down so that it doesn't move, and then this time literally pop it onto those plates. And because it needed the shimming last time, the rubber shim, I think we're going to do the same, but always first off you do your pass with the die cutting section. So I've got my normal selection of plates there. All right, because we can't have the rubber matting with the magnetic shim, it's 1 pass for the cut and then the 2nd pass for the actual embossing.
Yep.
So again, just having a little look and just double check there. That one does actually look, because it's a square and not sort of elongated, that does look as if it's cut actually. So again, that's why I always say try it first. So I don't think this one needs a 2nd pass through.
Yeah.
I think we're actually quite good there. So again, taking that one off, popping those to one side, and then we're just going to remove the tape. And again, as I say, if you've got the die brush handy, I think that would be a good one to use. So just rolling that tape back out of the way so that we don't snag the design, and then have a look through. The actual release holes are slightly bigger. I can see them straight away there. And if you pop that one in, it's going to hit the actual cardstock. I can feel that underneath, that it's not a hole. Normally when you go through, it will go through and pop out the piece at the other side, but these are actually hitting until you get it free. And then once you've got a piece free there, again, just tease it out from the back. So you've got much more control of all that filigree work if you lift this away from the die, rather than lifting the die off the cardstock. There's a chance that this, if there's a little bit still stuck in the die and you pull this that way, there's a chance it will snag when you take it out. So always tip it over, and you can see there where we've come out much, much easier. So again, just those last little bits to pop out there. and make sure we've got all the pieces out. And this is going to be the top section. We're going to make a gift box just to finish off with. Again, I like to sort of throw a box into the midst because quite often if we've made a nice hand crafted greeting card, it's really nice to make a matching box. So just imagine if you've got a nice card with this design on, and then you're able to make a matching gift box with the same design on the top of the gift box. That's something that you wouldn't be able to get in a shop. And if you did, you'd pay a fortune for it. So again, just having a look at that there, absolutely exquisite, just in plain stamping cards. So if you imagine that cut in your different colours of Centura Pearl, it may be a piece of card that you've already pre-inked. What about the black? I love the black Centura Pearl. That's really sort of sexy going on there. Maybe in glitter card. If you've got glitter card, I would recommend popping the metal shim in before you cut against, but make sure that this is cutting down against your metal shim, and you'll get a much better sort of bite on it there with all that intricate detail through the glitter card. So we're going to use that in conjunction with some other layers to make the top section of the card. So I've just propped a couple of mats and layers together using some of our turquoise and the cerise Centura Pearl. And this is going to be the top section that fits on here. So again, just going to use a piece of scrap card and use my dotty tape pen nice and lightly on the back of here. And again, try and follow the sort of design. So if you've got a piece that's working outwards, take your tape outwards rather than working against it and risking actually sort of ripping part of your design. So again, all over the back there, just make sure we've got all those little dots. And then in the centre, where it's actually more substantial, I'm going to go with the double-sided tape in the middle there. So we're literally going to pop that one over here to create the top section for our lid on our box. And again, it's just a nice square design. So again, make sure that's all stuck down nicely. Oh, I've got a little bit, look. There's always one little bit that thinks it can hide, look. Get out.
Think it is, eh?
There we go.
Gone.
Thinks it can take a free ride. There we go, out it comes. And then again, you've got those extra elements. So I've taken some of the turquoise cardstock and cut that next layer.
Yeah.
So this is back to that turquoise layer. And again, that fits beautifully inside here. And then I've cut the smaller layer in the pink. And I've done it again in white and just used a stamp sentiment from the stash there to go in the centre. And again, we're just going to offset this one just like I did with the other one to create that little pink border. So all I want to do then is pop a few dots on the back of the white one round the edge there.
Love it.
And then again, as if you were going to line them up to pop it over the top. So sort of align them as if you were going to match it. And then just pop it down and to the right slightly, and you get that nice sort of shadow behind it, just to give it that little bit of extra detail, and it brings it in with the layers that we've got on there. So again, we're going to pop some on the back of that layer in the middle there. Okay, and then before I put that final one on, I'm going to bring in the lid and again pop. Can see where I've been saving my cardstock again. You know, don't waste it. If it's nice cardstock, take those centres out so that you've got it to use on a different project. And then I've just taken some papers that match, which is where I got the colours from, to actually pop some pieces around the edge. So again, I'm going to stick with the tape runner on those.
Lovely.
And just pop those around the outside. And then we've got one for each of those, just matted and layered to match, picking out those colours, which is where I went for the pink cardstock, just to match that design paper. And these were just scraps that were left over from the gnome collection, which again is one of those paper pads that we had out previously from Nature's Garden, I believe.
Yeah.
So that one, just to finish off on there. then we can actually pop that box together. I've just prepped it with a little bit of tape on the corners there. Again, you can use your tape runner, you can use your wet glues, whatever your preference is for these. Pop that one together. Just give it a little rub into place. I've got an extra bow for decoration there. I've already popped the base of it together there, just to pop. Nice plain one. Again, you could pop some paper inside there if you wish.
Yep.
But just pop that one together there. And then I'm just going to raise that last one, I think, on a couple of foam pads, just to give it a bit of extra detail. Oh, that was bigger than I thought it was. Put that one there, and then we'll use that little half one.
Lovely.
Okay. So again, take the backs off those and then raise that centre piece in the middle there. And then just on the outside edge, I've just tied a little bit of turquoise ribbon just to finish it off.
Yeah. Marvellous.
And again, you know, if you've made a card in that same design, how nice to actually have that gift box to pop the card inside, wrap it in a little bit of tissue paper, gift it as it is. And it's just something a bit special, isn't it? But having the dies allows you to do that.
Absolutely, and it's a great collection. Now we have got a demo of the show, and it was number 3, which was made with those embossing, with those nesting dies, should I say. That's number 3. That was your winner of the show. So let's do demo of the day. So this is what Ben Mosby made. He made this. And this is made with the mini dies. He wants me to point out to you that the bowl is on the side because the dog's come in and tipped it over. So he feels like I should point that out to you. That's number 1 by Benjamin Mosby, father of 2. This is what our Jan made earlier on in Masterclass. That's number 2. That's our wonderful wonderful easel card with those wonderful farmhouse Canadian geese the geese with the wonderful numbers. That's number 2. And number 3 is the one from this evening's show. A few minutes on that, guys. What are you going to go for this evening? Now, preview. This is going to be on the 28th of January. I think this is with me. I'm going to be here for this one. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Is it Friday?
We meet again?
No, I'm not going to be here Friday.
No,
Sorry.
you're just teasing me.
Thursday I'm going to be here. It's the new creative expression starting it all. We're just funny talking about gnomes, and we've got more from these great stamps. I want to call them Canadian stamps because of the maple leaf. But these are coming for you on Friday. The clear stamp set. You've got these wonderful beautiful little collections, these great little characters. These are brilliant little ladybirds. This little bug loves you. Perfect for Valentine's. Always be you, bon voyage. And then that is good. That's a great stamp. Look at the size of that. That's amazing. Plus all these amazing sentiments. You're pretty amazing. I love you more each day. A wish is the start of a dream. So many great ideas. And again, with those with the rainbow as well. That's one of the great collections coming in for you on Friday. We've also got the wonderful creative expressions. Ooh. We have got the wonderful die here for you as well. This is great. It's a beautiful little collection. It is gorgeous as always, quick and easy. It's the lace heart. Then we've also got these wonderful little sentiments as well that are coming from them as well. Again, you've got, so there on the front, you've got there, follow your heart, happy Valentine's Day. How good is that going to be for Valentine's Day? And hugs and kisses. And then we've also got these, again, wonderful 3 dies in this collection here. You get the wonderful different designs. You can see them in the back, the 3 different dies. You're going to get the big border, you're going to get the hearts as there as well. And then you've also got some, what's the word? What are these called? Nesting dies, thank you. Nesting decorative dies there with the hearts again. And more dies coming again for these, again, perfect for Valentine's Day. Little loves, arrows, Cupid, and also flowers coming up for you. And as well, slimline hearts. I mean, that is a card by itself, isn't it? And then again, finally, we've got some great embossing folders for you from Creative Expressions, as always. Brilliant here as well. You've got the wonderful swirls. You've also got this one as well, the geotillaries, the daisy field, and the quilted hearts. Loads of you loving this. Again, a great collection, and you guys are loving it already. That's launching on Friday with Jan. You excited about that, Jan?
I honestly can't Can't wait. I've got my goodies in the car, so tomorrow is all put aside to do the prep. I must admit, I've got some samples here from Creative Expressions. These aren't mine, but absolutely blown away by this one. That's using very creative use of those nesting dies there.
Yes.
But just to tip it forward for you, you can see it's been made as a cake, but
I love cake.
you've got that box opening there to pop gifts inside if you so wish. But I just think that's got those little flowers. The flower dies actually show these as well. And then the embossing folder's been done on the straight pieces that have made the sides. And then just to show you a quick run through, just of one or two of the bits and pieces there, you can see that lovely decorative heart. You can see the folder there that had those 3 in. We've made easel cards there using some of all those extra elements. There's there's die cut sentiments in there. There's all those little die cut pieces, those embellishment pieces. Another one there. We've also got some more mediums for you. We've got some new colours in the pixie powders, and I'll be bringing those air misters back again to make the backgrounds with. So yeah, really looking forward. Right up my street, those, George.
It's going to be great, and we've also got a demo of the show of the day. It was number 2. It was taken from our masterclass for earlier today. Unfortunately,
So the
Benjamin didn't win.
calendar.
You won with the calendar.
Oh, thank you very much, guys.
What's that? Ben's crying.
He's crying.
Ben's crying.
Oh.
Just, sorry guys. But that is our demo of the day. The question is, will it be demo of the week and demo of the month? Find out with me on Sunday. Loads of great stuff coming up for you tomorrow. Jan, thank you for today. You are back Friday.
I am back. I'm here all day Friday. Our Craig's having some time off from Wake Up Call, so I'll be here for Wake Up Call first thing. Then we have got Softer Side in the afternoon, and then I'll be back at 7 p.m. with that new Creative Expressions launch.
Absolutely. I'll
Busy
be
day.
back with you on Thursday for Wake Up Call and a launch day as well. Those incredible 3D embossing folders. It's going to be great. Now, make sure you're back here tomorrow, 8 a.m. over in the UK. We've got our Create, Chat and Craft. It's 3 C's, put them in whatever order you wish. That's going to be tomorrow morning from 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. here in the UK, 7 a.m. in the West Coast. It's Wake Up Call, as always, kicking your day off right with the perfect crafty goodness. I'll see you back here on Thursday. Make sure you check out your baskets. In the meantime, you take care of yourself. Have a wonderful evening or afternoon, wherever you are. Goodbye for now.